Okay, so we have already done Pythagorean theorem. Last week we did 4-2 and what was in 4-2? What was Friday? Isosceles triangles, right? Mm-hmm. So the two sides were the same, and we had the vertex angle, and we had all that, right? Okay, so now we're going to move into side, angle, side, and side, congruency criteria. And I think you can see a typo on your sheet, the first thing. What did I do? Should be side, angle, side. What does it say? Said. So we need to fix that to side, angle, side. It happens, right? Okay, so side, angle, side. And that is what the SAS stands for. What does congruency mean? Congruent. So they're equal measures, right? Same length, same measure. So if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are congruent to two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the two triangles are, guess what? Congruent. So we need to figure out what all those words mean. So side ST is congruent to what? RT. No. ST is congruent to what? Nope. Nope. Look at the two triangles, guys. ST is congruent to what?
RST. YZ.
YZ. How did you know?
Because
They both have one line, yes?
yes.
Okay. SR or RS is congruent to what? XY. Okay? So we have two sides, and an included angle is an angle that's made up of the two sides. So Y is congruent to what? S. So if I have side, angle, side, now you notice the two sides make that angle, correct? That's how this works. It's two sides and the included angle. That's why it's stated side, angle, side. It cannot be side, angle. That's not what I said, did I? The letters in the name tell you the rule. So the letters in the name are SAS, that stand for what? Side, angle, side. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Now let's think about that. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Well, that really kind of makes sense, right? So corresponding means if I picked the angle up and placed it on the other triangle, it'd be exactly in the same place, wouldn't it? Okay, so if two triangles are congruent, then each pair of corresponding sides or angles, it doesn't matter, is congruent, and each pair of corresponding angles is congruent. So I hear all the time people say, I ask them, what's congruent to A? And they're like, X, Z. They're just throwing out guesses, right? But if they name it, because I have the names up here, right? And it says that they're corresponding, or not corresponding, congruent, right? And the title of this says corresponding parts of congruent triangles are what? Congruent. So if you look at the name, it tells you what's congruent. So angle A is congruent to angle X. Angle B is congruent to angle Y. Oops. And C
And Z.
and Z. The name told me everything, right? Okay, now let's figure out what sides are congruent to what sides. So just make the pairs.
Z.
AB is congruent to what?
AB is congruent to
X-
ZY.
XY. They have to be in the same order. BC is congruent to what? YZ. And AC is congruent to XZ. Okay? So don't guess. Don't look at the pictures because we all know that people draw crappy pictures, especially ourselves, right? Don't guess. Look at their names and you can tell me what parts are corresponding. Okay? So, given, this is kind of an example. You can write down a few notes, but I want you guys to pay attention more than anything else. Okay, so given that AB is parallel to CD, looking at the picture, how do I know that AB is parallel to CD? The arrows, okay? So since they are parallel, these things like go out forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, correct?
Yeah.
Okay? And it goes like this. Okay? And it says that AB is congruent to CD. Well, looking at the picture, how do I know that? Because there's a line here, right? Do you all see two triangles in there? Yep, you have a triangle 1 and a triangle 2.
Yep.
So we have two triangles. Is this a transversal of those two parallel lines?
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that alternate interior angles are congruent. I know that same side interior angles are 180, which I don't think that, I want to know that, right? Alternate exterior angles are congruent. We all know this, a lot of the stuff, right? Okay, so it wants us, how can we show that BD, so B and D are congruent to each other? Well, right now, all we have is side, angle, side. Yes? So we have a side. What other side of those two triangles is congruent to each other? Because this is triangle 1, right? And this is triangle 2. Actually, I want a different color. What else do I know is congruent? I got the outside lines. Think about it, guys. The one in the middle, yeah? So AC is congruent to AC, they say by the reflexive property, which makes sense, right? Okay, reflexive. So that means this, I got lots of red. I should do that in a different color. Blue. So that means I've got side. I have two sides, right? So I need the included angle. Well, the only angle I have is this one, and this one would be the included angles, yes? Are those two angles congruent? Why? They're alternate interior. So angle BAC is congruent to angle DCA.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones I colored in by alternate interior angles. Correct? Everyone see that? Well, that tells me these two triangles are congruent, yes? So if these two triangles are congruent, don't angle B and angle D have to be congruent? Yes? So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ACD by side, angle, side. So therefore, aren't corresponding parts of congruent triangles congruent? Yes. Now, did I have to use other stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. Shoot, doesn't go away. Your assignment isn't that hard, but I wanted to show you how you could use it.
Wake up.
Okay, so,
I woke up.
oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
I stop falling asleep.
You're not ready to fall asleep yourself.
In Barnhart's.
Are you writing? Are you good now, Sarah? Okay. Sorry, I didn't ask, and I should have. Okay, so side, side, side. Guess what? How will have to be congruent, guys?
The sides.
Sides. So, if 3 sides of one triangle are congruent,
I feel like we're like. Where are we at?
at the bottom.
Oh,
If 3 sides of one triangle are congruent to 3 sides of another triangle, then the 2 triangles are congruent. I don't think triangles can be parallel.
Just making a really
So,
Are you recording?
Yes. If you need to go, that's fine. Okay, so I have side, side, side of ABC. So guess what? I have side, side, side of DEF. So are the 2 triangles congruent?
yes.
Yes. I don't even know how to say that. If all 3 sides are congruent, the triangle is congruent. It does not include angles. Did you all hear me?
Yes.
This does not say angle, 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 does it? It says what? Side, side, side. You cannot, there is not an angle, angle, angle congruency. Because I can have a 30, 60, 90 triangle that is like this big, and I can have one that's like this big, and the angles are the same. Angles do not affect side lengths, if you don't know any. Okay, so which of the following pairs are congruent? And then you have to say by side, angle, side, or side, side, side. So the
second
first,
one
number
to the
1,
right.
let's start number 1.
No, they're not. Oh, hold on.
Are number 1 congruent?
No. Because
Guys, you
one-
have side, 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 or side,
Yes, they
angle,
are.
side.
Side,
Side, side, side.
Oh yeah.
So yes, side, side, side. Okay, so number 2.
Yes.
Side angles out.
Now watch me do this to make sure you have it though.
Okay.
Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. So yes, side, angle, side.
And
Okay, now this one, I have side, side, angle.
SSA.
Do we have an SSA?
No.
No.
No. So this is not,
Not either.
well, not congruent today, right? Because you don't know the rest of them. Okay, so this one, the next one, that was 3. Here's 4. So I have side, angle, side,
Yes.
side, angle, side. So yes,
Yes.
by side, angle, side. Okay, what about 5?
No, it's not.
Because it's angle, angle, side. So it's not congruent. Okay, and 6.
Yes, side, side, side.
Yes, side, side, side. Question, guys? Is it that hard? No. Okay, now, in each of the triangle, is it congruent and why? You have to tell me. The why is side, angle, side, 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 side. Those are your two things today.
Yeah, I get this.
Tomorrow you get 4. Because you get today's and tomorrow's.
Oh.
Okay,
This isn't that hard to use. I think.
so I've got, what they wrote on here was side, side, angle. So that's a no, right?
No.
But look at the picture. Is there another angle we know?
The
Isn't
lines
this
up
angle
to-
congruent to this angle?
Yeah.
Why? They're vertical. So, vertical. So now do I have side, angle, side?
Yes.
Nope.
Because these are different.
But,
Side, side. No,
No.
side, angle, side.
We still have side angle.
But it's still.
No, but I have side, angle, and I don't have that yet.
No. So no.
So not yet,
congruent.
right?
Yeah.
It's not by side, or what's our other one?
SSS.
No,
SSA.
SAS, side, angle, side. Just say the words when you write it.
Side,
Okay,
side.
it's not by side, and it's not by side, angle, side, but we don't know all of them yet, do we?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so now, what do we know about LN?
They're
Is it congruent?
Yes.
So when I do it, I write, like, there's 1 and 2, so I wrote 3. Is that my work?
No.
Yeah. Is that my work?
Yeah.
Yes. So are these two congruent?
Yes.
By what?
By
That side.
SSS.
Side. And did I show my work how I knew?
Yeah.
Yes. Like over here, vertical was my work, if it would have worked out for me, but it didn't, did it? Okay. So now what do I've got?
WT.
Well,
They're not congruent.
WX.
how do you, well, wait a second. We have a,
We
I
a
have
vertical
parallel with a
line that goes
transversal. So what do I know about this angle and this
They're
angle?
congruent.
They're congruent.
They're all.
Well, I don't know that. So
They
now,
only have side.
listen. But now I have side, angle, side. So is it congruent? Yes. But you see how me drawing on there is my work?
Yes.
Because I drew my parallel lines and my transversal bigger so I could see it. And these are alternate interior angles, and alternate interior angles are congruent, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Next to what?
Okay.
My hand.
It's definitely cold outside too.
It was flurrying earlier.
It's supposed to snow at 6 p.m.
There was flurries earlier. Okay, we need to focus. We have time to work. Okay. What additional information do I need to show that these two triangles are congruent?
Another
Okay,
side
so my two rules I have are side, yes,
and side angle.
and side, angle, side. So what it says is what's missing. So those are the two that you can use. So this one I have side, angle,
We need a side.
which side?
The right side.
Which side? Name it.
AC.
AC. And then we need to know that AC is congruent to what?
B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
No, D. D.
F, D. So we need to know that AC is congruent
To FD.
to DF, should be alphabetical,
Oh my.
to make which one work? What rule?
To make side angle side work.
Side, angle, side. So do you see what I just did?
Yes.
What's missing to make what thing work?
Side is missing to make it side angle side.
So I need to know, and this is exactly what you need to write on your paper. Not like you can draw the lines to help you, but that's not what I'm looking for an answer, okay? I need to know that AC, segment AC, is congruent to DF to make side angle side work. Okay? So, anything missing here?
No.
Not to make side angle side, but how to make side.
Yes.
What do I need to make side work?
ST
Yes.
and XY.
ST
And YX.
is congruent to
YX.
XY. Okay, so on your worksheet today, it's going to say, are they congruent? And what do I need to make them congruent? Okay,
We'll do exactly.
now they're also going to have some parts that say they are congruent.
Tell me why.
Tell me what the value of X is. Well, if they're congruent, they're what?
The same.
Or equal, right? So you're going to have a bunch of algebraic equations just like we've done before, right?
Just in the book.
Okay, so no, I have a worksheet for you. Every day